you. You ready? I'm talking to you. We see it. Talking to you. Are you talking to you? Are you talking to you? You ready? I'm talking to you. We see it. Talking to you. I'm talking to you. Talking to you.
So, fuck with your boy Angryfan007, man. Shout out to the whole AFM out there. Everybody who up listening, check it out. There's an ill topic going on Twitter. Thought I'd get a couple of people in the culture to come on and give their thoughts about it, have a fire debate, see what's going on. First call I see on right now, I see CJ City. I'm about to put him on right now. Hey, CJ City, you on?
Yo, what up, bro?
Nah, shit was good,
bro. Yeah, man.
Okay, where you at, CJ, man? What's up?
Man, I feel around there. I be watching battles and stuff. I just fell back from the blogging and stuff like that. It just, I lost the passion for that, man. Battle rap just wasn't what it was back in the day, so.
Oh, so you just said, fuck, I'm going to stop blogging altogether?
Yeah, I still watch
the ball breakdowns you was doing was dope.
Yeah, I just, like I said, people wasn't spitting bars no more, man. It was like everybody was trying to get the bag. Niggas was taking battles. Niggas wasn't booking the battles that I wanted to see. It was just, Battle Rap Daylight was doing his thing. It just wasn't a good time for me, man. So I just decided to throw back. It just wasn't my passion at the time. But, I'm still watching battles all the time, bro. I watch battles all day, every day still. I just lost the passion to just get in front of the camera and talk about it. That's all it was.
All right, I got you. Hey, I see we got NoMercy on. I'm about to plug him on right now.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. It didn't go through. There we go. Yo, Mercy, you on?
Yeah.
What's going on, bro? It's me, you, and CJ City on right now.
What's up, brother?
CJ City was good, man. Ain't seen you on the blog tip in a minute.
Yeah, we were just kind of touching on that, man. The funny thing, I'm thinking about, kind of coming back with some new bar-for-bar stuff. But, yeah, I just kind of lost the passion at first, man. It just wasn't really about bars, like I was telling Angryfan. People were just taking the battles for the bag. They were just doing it for the money. Nobody really took battle rap serious, and they wasn't producing good battles to break down, so.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that.
But, what we talking about, brother?
Hey, yo, I got one more person to get on the phone. Then we want to start it up. I'm about to call Big Kannon up.
All right, for sure.
All right. I'm back on the line. So it's me, it's NoMercy, it's CJ City, and it's Big Kannon on. Big Kannon, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's the deal?
Shit, man. So we be having debate. We having debate about choking. Can you win a round if you choke in that round?
No.
Who said no? Who was that? Kannon?
That sounds like Kannon.
Yeah, that's Kannon.
Okay, can you elaborate on that?
Okay, listen. All right, first off, it's not like we know about these battles 24 hours in advance. We just know about these battles months on end. So that alone is no course for anybody to be able to choke. If you choking and you've had months to prepare for your material, then you have no leeway to say anything. First off, if a nigga get through his whole round flawlessly, doesn't matter if it was the weaker material. If he gets through that material and you stumble in or you either choke through your material, I can't, with the time allotted to it, I can't realistically say that you get a chance to win that round. No, that's over with. You got to be flawless.
I'm agreeing with that one.
Now, this is CJ. Let me ask you this. Is that your opinion, or do you feel like that should be the rule for every battle rapper? Or is that just something that you just think, yo, that's just how it feels? Okay, see, that's why I kind of think.
I mean, and here's the reason why. Like, in the genesis of it, like when I'm watching the Fight Clubs or I'm watching, you know, things like that, I'm looking at, listen, if you stumble, you choke. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, it's not that. Like, you can at least stumble and get to your round and people will say, okay, that's cool. But if you even stumbled at Fight Club, it was over with.
Okay. So, I was talking to Angryfan on Twitter earlier, and, you know, he said the same thing. It's like International P kind of introduced this whole idea of if you stumble or if you choke, you've gone. You know, but like I was telling him back in the day, it never was like that, bro. It was like I would go, if I stumble, nigga, I just lose my turn. You get to come on and you get to rap now. Like back in the day, it was no structure, there was no rules. It was just you show up with your rounds, I show up with my rounds. If you stumble, if you choke, nigga, I'm cutting you off and I'm rapping. That's just what it was. If I come out with a weak rebuttal, if I come out with a weak round, that doesn't mean that I automatically win just because you stumbled. Like, if my material was better than yours, then I should win. But, like if
it's not flawless.
Okay, it's not flawless, but it's material-wise, though. If Lux's third round against Calico, you know, if he stumbles on the last 4 bars, does he automatically lose, though? Like, I don't think a nigga should automatically lose. That's my problem. And I feel like people just listen to International P, and they're like, yo, if you stumble, you automatically lose. But that never was the rule. Even back when you watch Blaze battle, it's like, nigga, if you stumble, if you choke, the clock's still ticking. You still got time to recover. And if you come back and you fire, and the other nigga is whack, then you can win. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Automatic.
Now, I do agree with CJ as far as you having your own time slot within the battle. So, like, if you choke and you still get the crowd back on your side even after choking, I feel like that's a little more impressive, just having that moment to fuck up and then still being able to get your shit back. But I feel like the better material is still going to win. Because if a person chokes and still has much better material, and their opponent, yeah, you might have had a flawless round, but it's like in material was like, yeah. Then it's like, how do you really give them a round? Like, you didn't win. You won by, what, because the nigga slipped?
Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, but here's the problem with that. Now you're saying better material. Certain people like certain things. Like you can look at it like some niggas have, you know what I mean, might have Clean as their favorite battler ever, or Tech 9 as their favorite battler ever for other reasons. So when you say material, who's to say one material is better than the other? Some niggas don't like JC. And his pen is crazy.
That's the great thing about
top 10.
No, that's true. That's what I was going to say. That's the great thing about debating. Like, if you felt like, yo, Clean Paper just had better material, so I gave him the round. I can't argue with that. But don't be like, yo, he won the round because the other dude choked. Nah, say he had better material, and then we have an argument. But if you can't even say he had better material, I don't feel like that's a valid argument just because the nigga choked. But if the nigga choked in his first round, now go ahead.
But this is why that doesn't, like, that part doesn't even make sense, because at the end of the day, battle rap is objective anyway. It's about the opinion that you have. It's about who has the better material. So a lot of the times, those technicalities can issue a winner. So if a person say that they are both doing their thing, say they're both killing it, and they're both incredible, one person chokes throughout that round, that person from that technicality loses that round. Like, there's no way to debate this. We can debate if a person has better material or not. We can debate that, but we can't debate if a person isn't flawless throughout his round and a person is. There's no debate with that. That is your definitive. That is your definitive reason why that person loses that round. Because at the end of the day, if you say that person had better material, and I say that person didn't have better material, well, then what does it come down to?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I agree.
that can be used to decide a round like that. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's
now.
100%.
I'm not saying he loses the whole battle.
No.
I'm not saying he loses the whole battle, but that round, there's no way that person gets that round.
That's because what you were saying is because the round is close. So like I was saying, you do lose points for choking. So if it's close and somebody chokes, then obviously we're gonna give the edge to the other person who was flawless. But at least you're having that conversation. You're not just ruling out the conversation. Oh no, this nigga choked. There's no conversation. I don't like the fact that it's just an automatic loss. Like at least let's talk about the technicalities. That's cool. If both people got flawless rounds, one person choked, I'm edging the other dude because he was flawless. I get that. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Because he lost points. It's almost like I know people hate to use boxing. No, I was gonna say I know people hate to use.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I know people hate.
My point. Oh, it's like it's a delay, bro.
Hey, go ahead. Now, yo, CJ, you on speakerphone?
Yeah, it's a delay on my end.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was your speakerphone was delaying it.
Oh, my fault. Can you hear me now? It's straight.
Yeah, you straight. Go ahead, Kannon, and then CJ, go ahead.
So my point to that is it's not just about it being a close round. Because at the end of the day, it's all objective. It's all a matter of opinion. So the fact that I may think it may not be a close round, or this person may not think it's a close round, that's where the debates happen. That's where, that person has better material. It's people that will say Calico beat Lux, even though Lux people are in the majority in terms of the round. So in that same lane, if a person is saying the definitive is that this person choked, then there's no way to give that person that round. It doesn't matter if it's a wide margin. It doesn't matter if it's a shorter margin, because at the end of the day, the battle rap is it's not judged to say a definitive clear winner. So if there is no clear and concise whatever, then at the end of the day, it's all objective. So we can only go by the facts and present the facts. So the facts are that this person had months to prepare, and at these months of prepare, he wasn't prepared when he was supposed to be, and he choked. So if this person chokes and is not prepared, I just don't feel like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the material. Now here's the only thing that I kind of like will move away from my point. The only thing that would change is if they're scheduled to go 3 minutes and this person has went 3:15, and at the end he just gives the round up. Like that's something different. Like I don't knock points for that. But if it's
what you're doing, it sounds like you're weighing all the options and then you're judging it off of technicality. Most people, they don't even do that. They're saying this nigga choked, he automatically lose. For example, my nigga Twerk battled Dougie, choked all 3 rounds, had way better material than Dougie. Does that mean he lost 3-0? Just because he choked all 3 rounds?
Hell yeah.
Nah. So both of y'all telling me that Dougie won that battle 3-0.
I didn't watch the battle. But if you telling me that Twerk choked 3 out of the 3 rounds that he had, then yes,
he choked. He choked on like his last bar though. It's like he probably had like 4 or 8 more bars left. Go ahead.
Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
He had 4 or 8 more bars left. He was spazzing the entire round. Dougie's rounds didn't match what Twerk was doing. That doesn't mean we just automatically give him the round just because Twerk, choked. It's not a lot of people walking around saying Dougie won 3-0. But if that was the rules, then everybody needs to clearly say that Dougie won 3-0.
See, but he choked 3 out of 3 rounds. Like, that's a problem, bro.
He did. It's a problem. It's a big problem. I'm not saying it's not.
You know what, CJ? can you just like the loser? Like, technically, Dougie won. Is it wrong to say technically Dougie won, but you just like Twerk? Could it be like that too?
No, not to me. Because I feel like everybody's judging it off this invalid rule.
I feel like if you letting niggas win rounds, they choking. I mean, I don't even understand no more. Like the purpose of battle rap. Like, you're saying they can't even come prepared all 3 rounds now. These niggas is getting paid for this shit.
I'm not. Look, I think that's like where you guys are getting, it misconstrued. I'm not giving these niggas a pass. I'm not saying you can come in. If you choke, you just automatically win. It's just everything's situational. You just got to weigh it by, the battle, by the material, by the circumstance. Don't just automatically, that nigga lost. Like, I know everybody thinks
the same rules don't apply to every battle.
Yeah, don't. Like, if you get knocked down, it's like, let's say you boxing. It's a flash knockdown, my nigga. I got back up, and I beat this nigga, and I won the round. I can do that. How come I can't do that in battle rap? I just lost a point.
Because
but I got right back up.
And with one thing, the difference
you said,
between that, like, I think that you are...
Like, battle rappers, they got 3-4 months to prepare. Boxers, so do they. They got 6-7 months to prepare for a fight. The niggas still get knocked down. They don't automatically lose.
But I wouldn't equate being knocked out with... I wouldn't equate being knocked down to choking. I would probably equate that with maybe stumbling or something like that. I wouldn't equate being... Like, because when you choke, you are conceding that round. You cannot continue. When you are knocked down and knocked out, you cannot continue. There's no getting up from that. So when you say you're choking, then that means I can no longer continue my round. So when you saying the stumbling shit, that would be more to what you're saying with, I'm having trouble getting through my round, or like, and then vice versa, I'm having trouble getting up off the mat. So that's the difference. So when you talk about with the boxing and shit like that, that also is a point system that you are able to win from as well. There is no point system in battle rap. There is no thing that says, like, they have a way to make a clear winner. We don't. So it's all opinionated. So when you saying something like this shit, like, like a nigga choking, bro, if a nigga chokes all 3 rounds, he loses all 3 rounds. Now, if he's choking on his slogan or some shit like that, well, we gotta be like we gotta have some type of common sense to say, oh no, that's like, okay, yeah, dude got through all his rounds and it is what it is. But if a nigga is choking and he still has an ample amount of time that we know he has, well, then that's an issue, and we cannot reward a nigga for having better material if it was only half of the material that he was supposed to have.
I agree. That's definitely a different extreme.
That's what, go ahead, Marcy.
Now, I'm saying that's definitely a different extreme from choking on your slogan to choking like mid-round. Like if you're choking like 90 seconds or 100 or 2 minutes into your joint, then yeah, I feel like that's definitely grounds for losing the round.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, Twerk got through basically most of his material, and then he choked at the end. So like I was saying, the same thing with Lux's 3rd round. What if he choked like way at the end? Or what if Averb choked after a Big Gerald? That's how you talk to your son. Does he lose that round? Like, he got through the majority of his material. That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, he didn't have too many more bars after that. Yes, sir, that's how you talk to your son. So, like, if it's something that is like, if you get through the majority of your shit, like, if you get through at least, say it's 4/5 of your material, and it's like you got 30 seconds left, then I wouldn't really too much care about that, because you got majority of your material out. But if you're giving me half material and you're giving me 50% of a great round, but you choke through that 50%, well then what about the other 50%? Like, do I reward you for having an amazing form to your jump shot, but it misses. Like, nah, that don't work.
Yeah, I feel you, but
Right.
at least what you did, you know, you had a conversation about it. You said, yo, man, if he only choked towards the end of his round, he doesn't automatically lose. That's the problem with people. They just saying it's an automatic loss. That's my only debate here. I just don't feel like they need to be automatic losses. That's it. Like, you just...
But his... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? I want to expand it a little bit more. What about nowadays you see certain people pulling out their phones to get back on track? What are we doing with that? Is that acceptable now in this era, or because if you pull out a phone, that means
first
you
of all,
can't get it back
none of that stuff is
on your
acceptable.
phone.
Yeah, nah, that's not acceptable, bro. That's not acceptable. That's some new stuff. That's like Jay-Z pulling out his phone and trying to finish, you know, at his concert or something like. Hey, you just don't do that, bro.
Like, I mean, just all of these little tactics that people use. Like, it's just a lot of this stuff is like weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, look, I've fake chokes before. Like, I've actually, and I knew I lost and I had better materials than the niggas. But I know in the back of my head, like, all right, dude, let me go ahead and just get this on out the way. I mean, I can freestyle shit, but I'll get this on out the way. All right, I'll get him that round. And then I'm going to take the other two. Like niggas do shit like that, man. Like, I just feel like, yo, look, man, at the end of the day, if you get the majority of your material out, I say you good. But if you do,
and that's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's what I'm saying too.
If it's halfway, I mean, and even to some extent, a quarter of it. Like, if you get through 2 minutes of your round and you choke the last minute, that's a problem, bro. Like,
all right. How about this battle right here? Is that supposed to see O-Red versus Show Off?
Yeah, I definitely see that.
All right. Did O-Red win 3-zip or 2-1? See, you got to watch that, because O-Red had a long pause, an extremely long pause. But I want to say,
I didn't get to finish that battle.
Anyway. Okay.
I gave it to Red 3-zip.
You gave it to Red 3-zip, so you gave Red that round to choke him.
Yeah, because his material was still that much more important.
I mean, it was, but damn, so Show Off don't get nothing. Like, it's not even about giving it to Show Off, but the Red just don't get docked nothing for that long ass pause he had.
You can't.
He definitely gets docked. I mean, it was a choke regardless, but even still, he got the crowd back and just still had some crazy material. Like, Show Off had a good round, but I still felt like it was Show Off at like a 60 or 70. I didn't feel like Show Off really approached the battle on his super A game.
Okay. Man, so I didn't know. I ain't watched that battle yet, but if O-Red was able to get the crowd back and everything, he still lost. Because
come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'm dead ass. If you
picking and choosing. You just said like 2 minutes ago that A-Verb would have still won the round. But now you would say that
no. But what
O-Red will lose the round. No, you can't pick and choose.
No, but okay, wait. I'm not picking and choosing. There is a stark difference to what we're speaking on and what he just said. He said that there was a long pause and he was still able to get through the round. Choking is saying that I completely concede the fact that I cannot continue my round. I can't do that. I can't, whatever. Me, personally, though, if you are taking a long pause, though, to try to remember your material, then that still is an issue if the other nigga did not have those pauses. So wait. So we say, okay, so I do a crazy round, but I do a lead without your hands for 3 minutes, and I'm able to get it back and get the no, nigga, you had a great round, But you fucking struggled too long to get that fucking round. I'm not gonna reward you for fucking up. Like, listen, we put it's a lot of money in battle rap. From the
why should we reward the other person? Why should we reward the other person with weaker material though? Just because somebody choked?
Because he was flawless and he got through his material. But
his material was weaker.
The whole battle. Listen, but that's not conceded the whole battle. That's not saying the whole battle was over. That's
so
saying for that round, listen, this nigga got through his shit flawless.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so is battle rap about getting through your rounds flawlessly, or is it about having better material than the opponent?
I mean, obviously it's about having a better material, but if it comes to where you don't even get through the better material for your round, well, then that's a problem, bro. This is what you're saying. You're saying, this is how you equate this. You start a race with this person, and you start, oh, man, you was killing it. You was above everybody else, and then you just fell on your fucking face. Oh, the first half of that race, you was the shit. But then afterwards, nigga, it doesn't matter if you was the motherfucker that came in and last and finished it at that point, because the other motherfuckers have already got to the destination. So I'm going to reward you for winning the first 2 seconds of the race? Like, that don't work.
Nah. It don't, and that's why I feel like it should just be up for debate. I don't feel like it should just be automatic. But real quick, I do got to bounce, but before I leave, I do just want to do like a round table, decision. Is it an automatic loss if you choke, man? Yeah, I'm saying no. What you got, Mercy?
No.
Mercy, no. What you got, Angry?
Choking means not getting it back. Choking, let's be clear, choking is not getting it back.
Yeah, like, nah, man, like, I didn't get it back. Like, if it's a 4-minute round, I'll rap for 3:30 and I'm done. I can't get it back. What happens?
It's a 4-minute. I'm calling that shit. Man, if you can't get it back, you can't get it back, bro. Fuck that. You didn't finish the round.
Damn.
We got to at least place that on them. At least come prepared, bro. I mean, come on, they taking battles. Like you said, you stopped blogging. Why? You wasn't getting the battles you wanted. Niggas are chasing the back. You can at least come prepared, bro.
Yeah, that's fact.
Man,
and Kannon obviously
smart enough.
What you mean?
Niggas better smarten up, bro. If you even feel like you choking, just hit one of the big T's, quiet. And get on off the stage.
Well, nah, because that's too obvious. We all know when you're choking. No, that's a choke. You're quitting.
Choke if you end early with your slogan?
Nope, that's not a choke. Because listen,
that's not.
For one,
why? That is a choke.
Because no. Listen, because we don't know
Surf has never
what material that person has. You said what happened?
I said, so we're gonna say that Sue Surf has never choked before.
Oh, no,
Surf is infamous for ending on jerseys.
Okay, so listen. He ends his rounds quick. He ended his round early. But to actually say, we got to understand what choking means. Like, okay, wait, maybe that's the problem. The definition of choking has been very ran through the mud, and it's scarce right now. So let's, like, put a definitive what that means. Choking is I cannot continue. I am done. I like it's clear I'm trying to get my material and I cannot continue. I don't have it. If I get through the round, if I like whatever was the round, I say quiet at the end of the round. Well, I ended my round early. Now I may have other shit to go, and you may know I have other shit, but that doesn't say that I choke. Now,
come on.
You know, Kannon. You know that's it. You choked, but you just covered up your choke. Oh, that is.
Yeah. That's still a choke, man.
Hey, you listen. You can say what you want to say, but we talking about the definitive to shit. Like the definitive is, even if you choke and you said quiet at the part where you choke, well, nigga, If it's not visible that you choked, no one can say anything because you could have wrote a shorter round. You could have wrote a round that was short. Now, who says that your round was in 2 minutes and you were supposed to do 3? That's fucked up. But you can still do that.
Nah. You can't.
But it's true.
You can only do that if you didn't start your next line. If we can tell you're obviously trying to start another line and then you say Jersey, you got more material, man. But if you just like stop after a haymaker and you know you can't gather yourself and you just like Jersey, then that's cool. But if you come through with a Jersey,
CA City, somebody just tweeted me and said it's an automatic loss if you choke, but ending a round early and forgetting a round are 2 different things. Like how? How is it 2 different things?
Because it is 2 different things. Because listen, choke. I just explained that. If you choke, bro, you can't.
That means all right. So Kannon, you saying if you choke, we can see visibly that you up there having problems. But if you just cover it up with your slogan or whatever, you saying it's acceptable because we didn't actually see you struggling.
All right, look, if I say, Angry Fan ain't the man and I got the gun in hand, and then I pause and stop for whatever amount of time and then say my slogan, clearly choke. You choke, blah, blah, blah. If I say, Angry Fan, the gun in my... Quiet. I don't have to give you nothing.
Nah, that's a joke. Nigga, that's a joke. we clearly heard that you didn't finish your line. Now, if you would have said it the other way around, then I would have agreed with that. If you was like, yo, Angry Fan, you ain't the man, got the gun in your hand, quiet. Like, okay, cool. But if you like Angry Fan, quiet. That's a choke, bruh. Because we know you got something left.
You're right about that.
Because at the end of if I didn't want to, maybe I didn't want to, see me, I think differently. Maybe I didn't even want to give you no more. Man, look, man, Angry Fan, nah. That's good. You remember back in the day when K-Sean used to be like, should I give him more? Should I give him more? We know he was choking like this. So exactly. But he's smart.
You know what? I got a question. How do y'all rate freestyling? Rebuttal.
What you mean?
If it's done well.
If a freestyle is good, if someone has a whack rebuttal, a corny, a weak rebuttal, is he losing points for that?
Nah, not to me.
Nah, I mean you lose momentum. I'll say he lost momentum. It's going to be hard to get the crowd back on his side, but you don't just lose a point for that. Nah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right. But if it's a fire rebuttal, you definitely gain points.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
I don't really understand that. I mean, I get it, but I still don't understand it in the sense. Like, what? It's a risk you're taking. Either it's going to be good or it's going to be bad. You're taking a gamble with that rebuttal.
Exactly. All the time. If you rebuttaling, the chances of it hitting and the chances of it not hitting is always 50%. But that's the same thing with your written material. You don't know what's gonna hit, so it's the same thing. But the in the moment shit. See, people are prisoners of the moment. So if you in the moment and you able to come up with a fire line that people know, that's not something that you prepared. That's something that they just heard this nigga say, and you flip it. People are always amazed by the freestyler. They more amazed by the freestyler than they are the written person because it's like, man, this dude is genius enough to come up with this shit right here. Like that is amazing. Like not a lot of people can do it. So when people do it and it's fire, it's like, oh my God, this nigga's one of the chief. The rest of your round could be mediocre. But if you had 4 fire rebuttals in the middle of in the beginning, middle, or end of your shit, oh man, this nigga's one of the greatest ever. I've seen it happen. So that's just what it is.
I'm talking to you. You ready? I'm talking to you. We see